Welcome to another episode of Six Picks Music Club, a music podcast for people who don't really smoke weed anymore, they eat it. What's up, listener? Welcome back to another episode of Six Picks Music Club, the music podcast where we pick 6 songs that connect to the episode's topic. I'm Dave, and with me leading you through our audio adventure are my 2 brothers from other mothers. To my right is the Duke of the Dirt Track, the B-Boy from the Bayou, Professor Jeffro.
What an intro.
And to my left is the punk from Padre Island, the man with the plan, reliable Russ.
Hey.
But before we do anything, we gotta get the clubhouse secret entrance opened up. What's our password this week, Frodo?
It's Vasectomundo.
Abrafrickin' man. Look at that. Came right open. Everybody inside. But Jeffro, you were telling us kind of in our pre-show that you had some medical procedures this last week. Is that something you want to share with listener? I don't know what the HIPAA laws are up in Toronto.
Yeah, guys, I got snipped and clipped last week.
Like you got a shave? You got a beard trim?
I got vasected.
Welcome to the club.
And I walked in and I was like, let's vasect, guys. Let's do it. And it was just like a middle-aged woman. And she was just like, I hate this. I hate everything about this. I didn't really know what to expect. I cracked wise with the other dudes there was one guy that was probably 60 years old going to see the urologist and another kind of middle-aged dude. They were just sitting in their gowns with their shoes on. They made us keep our shoes on for some reason. So I had my Nikes and a gown with undies on. And then this other guy.
You're all in gowns in the waiting room together?
Yeah.
Canadian healthcare is so weird, man.
It's like, you don't have to pay for it, but you're not going to really like it.
But you're going to share a room every time.
One guy had some work boots on. Another guy had black socks with black dress shoes and a gown. And I was like, that's so funny. And so I was like, it's a good look, boys. When I walked in and they both looked at me and they were just like, God damn it.
Why are you talking to me right now?
And then I got called up. The nurse, she's kind of like the fluffer, the vasectomy fluffer. This is probably the most attention that my genitals have gotten in one sitting. An extreme amount of attention. You know, I've never been a part of a milking video, but that must be what it's like, you know? She was like, okay, so you take your underwear off, leave the gown on, lay on the table on your back. And then as I was laying down on the table, I asked some awkward question like, how much do you think that light costs? Because it was just like this really extravagant bright light, like from a UFO. She just goes, I don't know, probably $50,000. And I was like, oh yeah, that's probably about right. And so she just kind of answered it. So then she pulls back the gown, and so then you're just exposed. And then she goes, I'm going to clean the area first. And you're like, the area? Okay.
I took a shower this morning.
Yeah. But I was also thinking about what if your sex partner referred to it as the area? Wouldn't that be funny? I'm going to address the area and I'll be back up for hard banging later. Okay.
Hey, babe, can you blow the area, please?
So she does address the area. She cleans it with that orange, the most clean stuff imaginable, but it's orange.
Fabuloso. It's fabuloso.
Actually, that's purple, I think.
It's Bactine or something. So she administers that, and then there's a series of sheets, I guess, to catch blood, but they're all arranged, and basically you just feel like your junk is sticking out through a glory hole of sheets and papers. So then dude comes out, the urologist, and he's almost movie level relaxed. So he's like, hey man, what's up? How's it going? And you're like, nothing much, doc. How are you? And he's like, did you catch any of that eclipse? And I was like, yeah, actually, I got the first quarter of it before too much cloud cover. He was like, oh man, I just didn't even get a chance, because I was in here working all day. But I'm just so fascinated by that. Do you like sci-fi? Like he was like that kind of a dude. Like he was chatting me up, and I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't like a lot of sci-fi, but one that's pertinent here is Danny Boyle's Sunshine. Big fan of that movie. Have you ever seen that? And he's like, no, let's talk about it while we get in here. And then he just like started into the thing, and I was like, excellent segue. This urologist really knows what's up. So then I was like, how many of these have you done? Out of curiosity. And he was like, I don't know, man, 200 for a year for 5,000. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of dicks. Then he was like, it's the least invasive version that we do. We don't cut you open or anything like that. And I was like, I just don't, okay, I believe you, but I just don't understand how you do that. And then he reminded me that my left vas is small and narrow, which did feel a little emasculating, but apparently doesn't matter. I've still made children.
It's funny because like mine was different than that. They did not say it was too thin. They said it was in fact too beefy, too thick, my vas. And so I didn't get to be part of any of it. I didn't get to talk about Sunshine or, tell jokes or do bits because they put me under.
I think what happened is when your vas turned about 25 to 30, it went through a difficult first marriage and started drinking too much beer. And maybe in between marriages after the divorce, it was like single living and hit the Chef Boyardee pretty hard and just got real thick down there. I didn't get a general anesthesia. It's just a local anesthesia. And he was like, listen, I'm going to give you anesthesia, but you're still going to feel touch. And I was like, what? That was the part that really stood out. It was almost like the same sensation that I get when a pilot comes on and says, we're going to hit a little bit of chop on the descent. Like, it was like one of those where you're like, I'm going to feel everything and it's going to be really uncomfortable. Cool.
How does he do it, though? Does he go in with, like, a crochet hook and, like, pull your vas out and then snip it and push it back? Or, like...
Yeah, so that's what I can't figure out. Because when I had a Band-Aid, he was like, leave this Band-Aid on for 2 days, all right? Before you pull it off. And so then I after 2 days, I did pull it off. And I had, like, all that. It was, like, a real sticky Band-Aid. So I just had all that Band-Aid gunk all up on my junk. And so I had to spend, like, an excessive amount of time kind of scraping that off in the shower, which was not a great feeling. But yeah, when I got the Band-Aid off, it's just 2 little holes, like a mouse vampire got me right at the bottom of my shaft is what it looks like. And so I was like, what, how did he do it? And so, yeah, he just stuck crochet needles down there. It was tick, 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 and like cutting it, sealing it up, and then pulling them out.
Feel good about it.
So I had to uncomfortably ask him about, like, I was like, do I also need to wait a week to, that's the way I said it, to,
just leave the pause.
And he just goes like, I don't, what, ejaculate? And it was like, yeah. And he goes, I don't really make any rules about that one. Like, just do whatever feels right. And I was like, cool. I waited like 3 days to see how it's doing down there. It's fine. Yeah, it did not hurt at all. So either I'm just a real pro, which is totally possible.
With that skinny vas, there wasn't a lot going through there anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Effective, but not copious, I guess.
Do you think vas diameter is associated with how far you can shoot? I'm not a distance shooter at all. Never have been.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like...
It just kind of oozes out of you.
It's not oozing. No, it's not oozing.
It's just like pussing out.
Gross. Oh my God.
Well, guys, I got to tell you, I am pumped for the show today. Just to let you in on the deeds, listener, this week's 6 picks come from a prompt that was inspired by a comment Fro made back on the Funeral Songs ep. So, like when he was talking about the PJ Harvey track, The River, and I said, that song's too sexy for a funeral, and everyone would be banging in the pews, that type of thing. So, this topic is centered around songs that F, songs that bang, or fuck, as they say in the low places. Russ, are you going to kick us off tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to start.
Cool. Well, mic to you, my friend. Take us away.
My song that loves, I'll say. It's called Avalanche by the Canadian band Wintersleep off their 2003 debut self-titled album.
This avalanche of love and skin collides, conquers, and collapses. I breathe your breath, I smell your skin, I taste your Saturn sentiment.
The tale of Wintersleep starts off as a progressive rock band named Carrie. They released 2 albums, and then frontman Paul Murphy decided he wanted to explore the softer side of things. So he and a few members of the band started Wintersleep, and to break away from the Carrie sound, they went straight acoustic guitar on that first record. And they have won Juno.
The Juno Award.
Yep. They won one in 2008. They're formed in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Great oysters up there.
What accent is that?
I don't know. It's just it's like
Boston? I think it was like
Eastern?
Boston mixed with New York somehow. Definitely not
Northeast,
Halifax.
completely other side.
Sorry, Halifax.
So they're from Halifax. You're
So
saying?
you fuck to it, or like what about the fucking?
Yeah, I'm getting
you
past
get
like
hot when you listen to like when you win Juno Awards. Like what's? You're like, hey babe, let's watch the Juno Awards together, and then we'll bang it out to the winner.
Feels like in a Twilight film. It's like how the vampires would be pale and look at each other.
okay, so I get to looking as well, right?
It does feel like that.
That makes sense. Okay, because I was gonna say, I picture a scene in a movie unfolding like during the song, right? I mean, I feel like you've got the 2
It's got
stars,
rain in it. It's
that-
raining.
and they're just like staring at each other lovingly. You got like the nice tungsten soft light illuminating the scene, and then the kissing slowly
we're
moves
talking.
in. The kissing slowly moves
Yeah.
into like like a beautiful love scene, if you
Mhm.
will. And then like it's almost perfect. But what makes this work for me, I think more than anything else, is the last line of the chorus. After he's kind of describing, I taste your skin, breathe your scent, whatever it is. And then he says, I taste your satin sentiment, right? And then it's like, all is not right.
Yeah, it goes from skin to sin. Yeah.
So beneath the surface
Yeah.
are cracks. And, this song, which sounds like it could be a lovemaking song, the layers are now redefined.
It's raw. It's authentic.
It's
vulnerable.
and honest, I think.
It's the
Yeah,
Rav.
that's it, man. So I'm a broken record.
The Russ Rav.
So which of your children did you conceive to this song?
So I guess I didn't pick a song that I banged to. I didn't pick any song that I banged to. I picked songs about banging or made me think about banging or what would be good for banging,
Yeah.
but I didn't.
I think provoking the bang, as Jeffro eloquently stated.
I think you guys should try it out, dude. You guys should try it.
Next time it's raining, or just turn on the sprinkler.
Yeah.
Go stand in the backyard.
Just give it a Alexa, play Avalanche.
I get what you're saying at the end, though, because it's like it does feel like, they come together and the rain is happening. They're taking off each other's shirts. And then, like, in slow-mo in the background, like a car swerves around the corner. And then they open up with machine guns and just get gunned down in the middle of the street in the rain. I think that's the scene in them.
Or it's maybe not getting gunned down, but somebody is showing up or something has happened. I feel like it evokes a pretty specific image. It's one of the songs that I was thinking of that just I got a clear picture of like where I thought was going and like how it could be very inspirational to let's just write a scene or build a story around this one, really just like that one line.
Cool, Russ. Well, thanks so much. Jeffro, I think you should be our number 2 here. What do you got for us tonight?
I actually did something a little bit different process-wise, which is I went to the fans, guys. I asked our fans
Oh,
what songs bang for them, but I also kind of wanted the feminine perspective because all the songs I was coming up with were just pounders.
okay.
And I was like, no, I need something that gives lady boners out there. you know?
Right. What gets your clit dick hard?
So the song that she recommended I'd never heard before, FKA Twigs' 2 Weeks, and man, does this song bang.
Higher than a motherfucker, dreaming of it is my heart. Flying like a screamer from the old newest to your heart. Pull up deep inside, so give me 2 weeks, you won't recognize
This is a seducer. This is a seductive song, and it's a woman that's going after the guy that's dating somebody else. Universally, I like those songs. There's something about that, like Destiny's Child. You know, she's saying, "Ladies, leave your man at home."
Oh, can I tell you what my favorite line is?
Yeah.
Is I can fuck you better than her.
What's even better, Russ? I agree. That's a great line. It's in parentheses.
Oh, I know. It's like it's in the background singing.
But it's in parentheses. You're saying, I'm saying all this other stuff, but in parentheses back here is I'm telling you that I can fuck you better than her, you know, and I can make you forget about her. Other things I love about this. I hate the way that I say motherfucker. I can't say it right. I can't say it the way that I want it to sound.
Yes.
It sounds like a surfer saying it when I say it, like motherfucker is what it sounds like. But when she says it or sings it, it's like, it's the best way. So whatever way she does it is the way that I wish I could do it, but I cannot do it that way. I can't say motherfucker like she does. Anyway, greatness, but some of the other great lines. Get your mouth open, you're high. Greatness. Feel your body closing, I can rip it open. And then suck me up, I'm healing for the shit you're dealing. Dude, could you imagine somebody saying that to you?
Yeah, that would,
Singing it to you? I dig what's going on with the synths in this song. Like there's some cool, boom, you know, that kind of stuff. I love that stuff. Stuff that sounds like you're boarding a UFO.
There's like this oscillating kind of beat that's happening off tempo through the mid part of the song that's really interesting. And then like one of my favorite things is after the last verse, when it goes to the final section, there's this sort of drum fill. The engineer, he starts on the right side and then pans it hard left. So through each iteration, the fill pans to the left and then it pans back to the right. I think that's awesome.
My dick is panning hard left right now. Away from you.
Well, thanks, Jeff. That was a fantastic song. I really, really dug it.
It's a very sexy sounding song for sure. Like even without hearing the lyrics or knowing what she's saying, like I feel like it just has that vibe. That's a mood setter for sure.
Very sexy song. And it's my turn now. So to take us right into, I feel like the last couple of songs have been the slow dance, the build up to, and now we're going to start getting at it. We're going to start a little slow, but it is definitely a song that will provoke banging. And the song I'm talking about is an Isley Brothers tune from the spring of 1983 on their 22nd album, if you can believe that. In 1983, they'd done 22 records.
Holy crap. I knew they were prolific, but good God.
Yeah. And the titular song on this album was comprised in response to Marvin Gaye's hit Sexual Healing, because they felt like they needed something to answer that. And this song that we're about to listen to right now is Between the Sheets by the Isley Brothers.
Hey girl, ain't no mystery. At least, as far as I can see, I wanna keep you here, laying next to me, sharing our love between the sheets.
You could have a whole sex in the amount of time that song takes. I think I'm going to propose to my wife that we try to have a session where we mirror the parts of that song. So we do the foreplay to the beginning, the bean and bean between the sheets. And then like it's starting to pick up, and so now we're banging. And then when it gets to the beep boop beep doop beep boop beep doop beep boop beep part, then we really gotta like hustle to the end there and ooh, ah, and then let it rip.
Yeah, it's interesting because if you're only recognizing this song from the samples that you've seen pulled, this song's been sampled in over 160 songs. Notably by Biggie Smalls in his infamous track Big Papa. He uses multiple samples from the track throughout. There's also a remix of a Tribe Called Quest song called Bonita Applebum. Anyway, the song really starts to stand tall in the bridge. After that third verse, Ronald Isley says, "Enough of this singing, let's make love." And it's just like... From there, there's not much left of the imagination.
It kind of sounds like an 80s movie montage in that part. Like best of the best, like
The grunting and then all the double entendre of like, I'm coming on strong. But it all continues through the outro, which it just starts, for me, it starts to get a little awkward. Like if you're not actually doing the deed as well, like staring at you guys while we listen to that was a different experience for me.
It was going on for a while.
It's lengthy. It's a meaty song, a girthy song. Anyway, the titular song off of this record, which did come out in 1983 in the spring, right when all the animals are starting to get that spring fever and boners be popping. And the album peaked at 19 on the Billboard 200 and then number 3 on the R&B charts. That's my warm-up song. So like if you are able to go further than that song, like by the time you get to my next song, you should be feeling pretty good. And this is going to be one that's really going to let you start to really give it to each other. Just like, yeah, you're in it. And this is a song that was produced by notorious hip hop producer Timbaland, and the song is Pony by Ginuwine.
To my limits, girl, when I break you off, I promise that you won't wanna get off. Let's do it, ride it, let's go. My saddle's waiting, come and just go let let's do it, ride it.
What do you think that sound? I mean, it's so distinctive, and it's only something from this song. Like as soon as you hear
That
yeah,
Yeah.
you're like, what? It's just so. Is it supposed to be something, or is it just a sound that he thought sounded cool, and he was like, I can make a beat out of this. I'm Timbaland.
Yeah. No, so the story goes that he had this old tech player or whatever and found a sound that he liked. He was like, it sounds like a frog. It's just like,
It does sound like a frog.
he like heard it and was like, cool, this is what I'm doing. And that part of the song was the beat that he'd made, and he actually made it for a different group. Little background on Ginuwine. He started off as part of like a collective called the Swing Mob. Timberland and Missy Elliott was in it as well.
It's Timbaland. Dude.
Timberland? No, it's not.
Timberland.
Timbaland and Missy Elliott are in this group with him, and they all just kind of work together and stuff. And it's interesting because this song was actually released in 1996, but he had written it years and years before, because the dude who was running the collective was trying to get a massive record contract for all of the 15 artists under his purview. But the labels kept saying, we want these 3. We want Missy, we want Ginuwine, and we want Timbaland. And he's like, no, you get all or none. And so they all could have had a record contract a lot earlier than they actually got, because it didn't ever happen for that guy. And then they all just sort of disbanded. Another interesting thing.
That does make me think about fucking.
This is a song about getting fucked by the record company.
So this song kind of like is a very sexy song, and it is about getting down and getting after it. And yeah, it's got a really good sort of rhythm to it that it's just like, it feels like we're very if we're looking at the movie, and actually this is used in a lot of movies, came back into the public eye via the cinema of Magic Mike and that trilogy of films.
Oh, yeah. I remember that scene. Do you think that anybody has ever actually worn a saddle during sex in any form or fashion?
I saw an HBO show
Real
about
question.
that. Yeah, actually, there was a real sex episode that I watched when I was babysitting.
Really? So they wear saddles and bang?
And they like dress up with, they have like little clopper, hoof hands, and it's called
Yeah.
pony play, and they wear saddles and ride each other around. It's
Clap, 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 clap. Yeah. It's so hot.
like they have the reins and
I love your mane. Could I put a bridle on you? And just clap, 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 clap.
I feel like that's the one that you really get down to, and that's my hard thrusting song out of the two.
Very nice.
Jeff, we're going back to you.
These artists, this band that I've chosen, worked with Timbaland at some point. So there's a direct connection.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're very well known, but they've worked with a lot of interesting people like Shirley Manson. Unfortunately, they were signed by Limp Bizkit at some point. One of them played in the band Crazy Town.
Come, my lady. Come, my lady.
Yeah, totally. And I don't even remember where I heard this song for the first time, but I was like, this song fucks. This is a hard fucking song right here. Lyrically, musically. So I didn't want to choose Closer by Nine Inch Nails because it's just so obvious, I guess.
Sure.
If you had to make a playlist that's like the Closer bangin' playlist, then I think this song is on that.
Closer's on the Mount Rushmore of bang songs.
Exactly. It's like the premier bang song. And it's so on the nose, as it were. But yeah, this is She Wants Revenge, Tear You Apart from 2006.
I want to hold you close, skin pressed against me inside. Lie still, close your eyes, girl. So lovely, it feels so right. I want to hold you close, soft breath beating hard as I whisper in your ear. I want to fucking tear you apart.
I'll say, just throwing it in the closer category, kind of that monotone, almost like devoid of emotion, and then like the things that are being said, and then the tear you apart. I mean, it does have that violent slant to it, and then I feel like that's just a creepy song, is it not?
Oh.
You're not getting like super creep from this?
No, I get more like it's lustful energy and it's reciprocated, which is made clear by the lyrics because the guy is crushing on the girl, and then the girl lets it be known to the guy on the dance floor that she's into him too, and then now they're gonna bang it out. There's nothing wrong with like a little bit of aggression if it's reciprocated. That's all right, and that's the way I think of it. It's just an aggressive sesh and that's cool. Hard fucking when both people want to do it. That's all good.
There's just, I don't know, there's these darker things that are hiding there that I thought.
Yeah, there's a touch of danger in it, but to me, it's like the way a vampire is dangerous. Like it's kind of like hot danger and not like rapey danger.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I hear what you're saying. I mean, Trent Reznor's singing I Want to Fuck You Like an Animal. My situation, we're both Nine Inch Nails fans. That's something that gets us going.
Yeah, we have to turn on the sound machine. Just like keep there being a lot of noise in the room while it's happening now that the children are of listening age and understanding age.
So you just have whooshing waves going while whoosh.
No, it's just like white noise. It's like the Twilight Zone.
Why don't you just play music?
Well, that's a good question. Huh.
We're also in the sound machine stage sometimes, so I get it.
Well, so the other bit is that grandma lives with us. My wife's mom lives with us.
Oh, yeah.
And she's a little bit of a night owl, so kids may be in bed.
She just got a cup up against the door. Mom!
Y'all okay in there?
I can hear you, Mom!
Everything all right? Like, you get me closer to God. That's a little bit of a tougher one to do, but anytime we're in a hotel, look out.
Yeah, I've seen it. I like this one. I didn't want to just choose one like closer.
Yeah.
They also have a sound that's kind of like Placebo, who I like, whose songs also fuck.
Yeah, didn't they open for them on a tour? Did I read that right?
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah. So you can see that there's a kinship between those things. But yeah, the song fucking jams, dude, and makes you want to bang. It's all good. Bang like an animal, and, you know, whilst appreciating consensuality and tenderness.
Always have a safe word if it's going to get rough, you know.
Bring us home with a real touching and non-violent, hard banging song. Russ.
So my song is a very sensual and loving song. It's called Louise by NOFX off their 2000 album Pump Up the Volume.
That's a funny name.
She got a wog with a silicone cock sticking in her ass and one in her cunt. A butterfly strap tied to her clit, but he's got the remote control. That would belong to Louise. She got a new pair of real vaginal teeth. Mommy's little girl's gonna do what she please. If she don't wanna get a spanking, she likes to speak.
Nice.
It might be the most graphic song I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It is. Well, and I do like to use my little pedestal to bring out songs like that. For instance, this song has 0 subtext, which I thought would be perfect for you. There's nothing that, you don't
Yeah.
understand.
That's true. Yeah, I understand exactly what he's saying.
All right, so love them or hate them, NOFX has laid the groundwork for so many punk bands, whether it be influencing them or Fat Mike giving bands a shot by signing them to his record label, Fat Records. He's done a lot for the punk side of the music business. Louise is not my favorite NOFX song by any means, but if we're taking off the gloves for a song about fucking that fucks, then this fucking fuck song fucking fucks hard.
Let's see what you did there.
Yeah, thanks. We got a dom and a sub, both women, and it's a filthy song, but in the best way. We've got fucking sucking dildos, front and back, remote control vibrators, crops, pierced labia secured with luggage locks, and piss drinking, though that doesn't cover everything, and the song is only 1 minute 50 seconds.
It's a real quickie.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like, nobody's actually fucking to this song, I don't think.
It depends. If you need to knock one out in 1:50, yeah, I could see it happening.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
It's like Thanksgiving, turkey's coming out in 10 minutes. Like, let's go.
But it's not a sexy song by any means. That song is not sexy.
In your opinion, I guess. Treat my clit like bubblegum. I mean,
That's right.
hello.
I already do that.
You are a very considerate lover, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I treat your clit like
Yeah.
bubblegum.
His ass clit is the
Mhm.
best.
An ass clit. I haven't heard of that.
That's the thing, huh?
Is that what the kids are doing these days?
It's just a dingleberry or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, my wife one time told this joke. She's like, "What do you call it when women have dingleberries from their period blood?" I said, "I don't know, honey. What could they ever call that?" She said, "Cranberries." Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And true.
Anyway, what were you saying, Russ?
NOFX is actually retiring. They're not breaking up, but they're just retiring, and they're currently on their farewell tour. So they're going out celebrating 40 years with 40 final shows in 40 cities, playing 40 songs per day,
Jeez.
which is cool. And then they came to Dallas, right? They didn't make it to Austin or Houston or anything, but they went to Dallas on the same day that Dave came over to hang out. And so I did not go to that show because we had plans. And I've been second guessing that decision forever.
Well, shit. Yeah. No. I think you should second guess that. That was a terrible decision to hang out with me when you could have been watching NOFX. If I'd have known NOFX was going to be there that same day, I wouldn't have volunteered us to come over and hang out.
No, the truth is I did not realize that it was a farewell tour.
Right on. I think that was a really, really fun song. I do love kind of the tongue-in-cheeked nature of NoFX. I think that they are punk rock royalty. But yeah, that guitar scrape at the beginning, it's just like, yeah. It's like, man, Bowling for Soup is going to hear this and they're going to copy you.
This is literally the first time I've ever heard that song, and I immediately started laughing, and I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the harmony at the end, too. That was fun, and I can't imagine a situation where I would ever listen to it again, but I did enjoy that time. Certainly not while I'm trying to fuck. Yeah.
Well, yeah, thanks for taking us out on a high note, ending us with a bang there, Russ. It's been fun.
Think about if you made a playlist of these 6 songs, like it
Who would
is
you
such
send
a
it to?
weird blend of things. Yeah, that it's like, if I feel like anybody could find a song on here to bang to, but to try to bang to all of them would be nigh impossible, right? Because it's just like your partner would just be like, too many genres. Okay,
Where are we
I can't
going?
get in the groove of this. Yeah. We have the Isley Brothers playing an 80 synth and groaning, and then we have dildo sticking in 2 holes in this other song, and then we got fucking tearing people apart. It's just, there's a lot going on.
It's a lot to unpack. Which is kind of why I was...
Yeah, and then a frog beat. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I guess if you're gonna I guess a pro tip on making a banging playlist is that you want it all to be the same tempo, like, because you can't
go from 80 BPM to like 160.
You need to try to match it some.
Yeah, good recommendation.
Frog beats.
Well, that's going to do it for today here in the Six Picks Music Clubhouse. Thanks for hanging out with us and hearing all of our baby-making talk. Sorry, Mom. Anyway, links to the Spotify playlist to listen to all of the songs from today in their entirety is in the show notes. If you liked it, like and subscribe so that you can stay up to date with all of our shenanigans. And shoot us an email or make a comment or whatever and let us know what your bang song is and why, and maybe we'll feature it on the show. Until the next time, y'all play it loud and keep jamming. This episode of Six Picks Music Club was produced by Stu Pedasso. Edited by Sir Cole Jerkin. With special thanks to Dixie Wrecked.
Wait, so he's a knight?
Yeah, I guess.
Sir Cole Jerkin.
Yeah, Cole Jerkin. Cole Jerkin got knighted.